Hi YouTube.
Okay.
Hello Facebook. Welcome to Live Tuesdays. Give us a shout out to you here. Lisa's on the screen here. How you doing? What you doing?
Hello. Hi, Lisa K, Bernice, Bianca, Jessica on YouTube.
Hello.
Welcome back. It's so nice to see some familiar text messages.
some familiar names.
Hello, everyone. Let us know if you're here. We'd love to say hello.
Yes, and tell us if you're new, if you're brand new. We need to know that too. If you've never been here for a live on a Tuesday.
Elaine says she's studying. Good luck.
Oh, jeez,
And
Elaine.
Ashley is making sago pudding, and I am very jealous.
Oh.
I am eating healthy.
No, I can't. I've got carb flu. I'm detoxing from a very, very bad weekend.
That's what happens when you live with people like Matthew and my brother.
Yeah.
What do you
no.
mean? You can ask.
I was the culprit this weekend.
And I said no to a lot of things.
Oh, Matthew was very good. I was really bad.
Matthew, I know Matthew's lying. Matthew's been good for 2 days.
No, I swear, Matthew was better than all of us. He kept saying no. He didn't even have a tinky.
I didn't. It wasn't because I was banned. It was because I didn't feel like anything sweet. It was quite a surprise to me too.
He didn't even have one tinky. I offered at least twice.
I don't know. I've been feeling so ill today that I can't eat anything.
Oh.
So I think I am stressing myself into a stomach bug.
No man.
Which is also not the first time I'm thinking I'm doing this to myself.
Jeez, Lisa.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello Lynn. Hello Nazca. Rhodia.
Hi guys. Okay, welcome to Live Tuesdays. We are a company called Fabric8, and if you want to find us on the
Pop
web,
up. Matthew, make it pop up.
and if you want to find us on the web, we're www.fabric, the word with a number 8.co.za. And this is Welcome to Live Tuesdays. We do this every Tuesday at 7, and we try and do either some sort of tutorial teaching you something, or we have a pattern, and all the patterns are free and they're available on our website. If you go to our website, at the top there's a horizontal pink menu, and you'll see free sewing lessons. That's where all the patterns and all the instructions and things that I give away for free at the moment
Or check the link. I just posted it on Facebook and YouTube. I also try to post it on Instagram, and sometimes you guys can't see my Instagram messages, but it's also the link in our bio.
Yes. So go there and get all our previous patterns, because we are gonna, by the end of this year, we are actually compiling it all into a book that we will be selling. We won't be selling it for hundreds, I promise. It's just gonna be so that we can make a little bit of cash back on everything we've done. So download all of them now, because they won't be always available. Then next year's patterns will be free again until the end of the year. There's also resources, things like color charts for embroidery thread. Everything is on there. Go look. We're also at the moment busy running or working on a charity project, and it's called Fundies, and this is for the Red Cross Hospital, and it's for the kids that arrive there from rural areas, and they arrive in the clothes they have on their backs, and sometimes especially the boys, they don't have underpants, because if you think for yourself you have to buy underpants or a pants, I'd also rather buy my child the pants. So they sometimes stay there for months getting chemotherapy and all sorts of things, and they have no underwear. So this was especially, all our legality and all the things are on our also at the top there it says fundies, or what does it say, charity projects. If you want to join, please sign up. You don't have to make 50, you only have to make 10 or 15. We're going to be running it throughout, so as the fundies come in, we're going to send them off. We are aiming for August month for our first delivery. They have a big thing going at the Red Cross, and we'd like to sort of unveil everything there. The pattern is also available for free, guys, and it's an easy pattern. I made the pattern to be the same for boys and girls, to be like an in-between a panty and a underpants, so that we don't have to struggle with having two different things. And it's all, there's no extra. All you need is t-shirting fabric and a normal sewing machine. You do not need an overlocker even. We also have a
I
live.
posted the link.
Oh,
I
okay.
posted the link in chat, so if you guys want to join our charity project,
Yes.
the link's in chat.
And if anyone is here from the WhatsApp group that I started today for the Fundies, give us a shout out, tell us, or just put Fundies or fun so we know you here. Guys, the pattern is available for free. It's from size 3 to 12. I think if we concentrate on the size 12, we don't need that many, but on the smaller ones would be great. I've just started that WhatsApp group, so we will start chatting tomorrow. I didn't have time today. Okay, guys, again, if you don't know who we are, I'm Amanda. This is Lisa. Matthew is behind there. You'll see. Is he on the screen?
Yes.
He's playing on his phone.
I'm speaking to Lisa.
We are from a company called Fabric8, and we hope to be your future go-to for all things creative. At the moment, we specialize in sewing, knitting, and crochet, but we are soon to add crafting and all sorts of things. So tonight, we are doing what's called the inside.
No. Did you say what is Live Tuesdays?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
Okay, I'll say it again. So Live Tuesdays, we do a tutorial or a pattern, depending. So like last week, we had an explanation of what do you use all the different fusings for. And this week, we're actually doing a pattern. And the pattern is available free for download. And for the first hour about, we work on the pattern. And you can ask me any question about the pattern or the project we're working on within that hour. And then afterwards, we'll have a Q&A, general Q&A, so you can ask me anything. So if you have any questions while we're busy with the tutorial, about the tutorial, please go ahead and ask. And if you have any general sewing questions, please keep that for after the tutorial. We normally start the Q&A at about 9 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock, sorry. Sorry, that was wrong.
Yes, and we have WhatsApp groups.
Yes. So we have WhatsApp groups. We have 2 sewing groups. We have a 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐒 for Afrikaans people. We have embroidery. We have quilting. We have knitting. We have a crochet group. And yeah, many more. Lisa will also post the link to that. And please join this. And just know that it is chat groups. They are quite busy. They are quite busy. But you learn a lot, especially if you're a newbie. There's always someone there that knows more than you that answers your questions. I've learned from the groups. I've seen things that I didn't know how to do being done. So they are awesome. If you don't want to be in a chat group, but you want to get all our updates just from Fabric8, then we also have an updates group, which members aren't allowed to post on. So the only posts you'll get or messages you'll get will be from me or Lisa. Anything else?
I saw that we have a newbie, Anthea
Anthea.
on Facebook. Welcome. Thank you for
Hello,
joining
Anthea.
us.
Welcome.
And Rosha also on Facebook. I don't know if she's a newbie, but welcome. Hello.
Hi, hello.
While I have your attention, please leave us a like, leave us a comment, say something in chat. It helps boost us in the algorithm and helps our page get some more exposure. And that means that we can keep doing this for you guys for free every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we're gonna do the tutorial now.
Yes, but please, guys, tell people about us. If you're on Facebook groups for sewing and they ask for something, say, go look at Fabric8. Please, that is all we need. We don't need anything. That is how we will make our business grow. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to show you the bags. So the bag comes in 3 sizes. This is the bigger one, the biggest one. Okay, what is really nice is these bags are extremely comfortable, and if you wanted to, they are reversible. So they can turn inside out and they look nice on both sides. Alright, so there you go. There's the outs. It's just not properly. Okay, so that's the big one. We're making a big one tonight. And then there's the medium one. Looks like this. Cute for someone, you know, normal grown up that wants like a what's this called? The clutch baggie. Alright? Or maybe a teenager. Or this is also cool for like a knitting bag or something. And it has a little secret. If you look inside, it has a secret bunny which you can add. You don't need to, but it has a secret bunny. And again, that one is also reversible. And here is the really tiny baby one. It's very cute. I think this is also, I mean, even for grown-ups that just wants a small pouch to take out and just put your cell phone in. All right, so I'm going to show you more. I have more. This is one. Let me turn it over so you can see the outside. That's it. Okay, and this is one. And turn it just so you can get an idea of what they look like in different fabrics. I obviously have very specific taste in fabrics, but yeah. Okay, so that is what we are doing tonight. Now,
just one thing before we start. I want to just encourage everyone watching on Instagram. I'm still going to show you here on my little face screen. Oh, wait, I don't know. Can Instagram see me, Matthew?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you on here. But we added a lot of features on our YouTube and Facebook streams. You can see Amanda's body cam. So it shows you what she sees right here with her hands. We've got a little picture for Matthew in the corner, and our links and all the thingies are on there as well. We also do some polls during the live stream, so if you want to vote on thingies and have your say, that's also a nice place to do it. So let me just show you on my iPad quickly. This is what our YouTube stream looks like. So we've got our body cam right here, so you can watch up close what Amanda is doing from her point of view. It's a lot easier to follow the tutorial like that. But anyway, enjoy wherever you are choosing to watch from.
yes. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I've already cut out because we don't want to waste time by cutting out. So what I'm going to just quickly go through the pattern pieces. And the first one, it's the bag body outside. Okay, if you look at it, let me show you there. It's pattern piece number 1. That is the fabric you want on the outside. So how do you know which fabric? The outside gets trimmed by bias binding. So that is what I call the outside. Okay. So the inside doesn't have the bias binding. So I normally make the inside just a plain color. All right. So you're going to cut this. You're going to obviously cut 2. And if you look at that, you'll see it's on fold. So we need 2 of these. That's pattern piece number 1. Then we have pattern piece number 2, which is the inside or the lining. And you also need 2 pieces of this cut on fold. All right. Then we have it's called the bag base. I don't know why I'm reading. Okay, so it's pattern piece number 3. And you need to cut 1 of your inside fabric and 1 of your outside fabric, and then you'll see there's also cut fusing something. All right, okay, then we have the inside pocket. That is, if you look at the big one, the inside pocket is this pocket here. All right, and then we also have the outside pocket, which is this one with a little flap. Okay, so we need to cut this on fold, and you need 1 of the outside, 1 inside fabric. This is the other pocket, and they come with little flaps. That one has a flap, and the big one also gets a flap, and it's a cut on fold flap. So that flap looks like that. Okay. So just follow the instructions. I wrote on every single one of them exactly how you have to cut. This is the bag straps. And just look at that carefully because this long edge needs to be cut on fold. Alright, so when you cut, the piece is actually going to look like this. It's quite a broad piece. Okay, so to start off, I always do this. This is just the better way to do it. You are going to take all your fusing, and I'm using quite a nice thick upholstery fabric for my inside, so I don't feel like it needs to be fused. If you're using a thinner inside with a thin outside, then I would fuse both sides. Okay, even though it says cut one fusing, I would cut more fusing so that I can fuse all the pieces, because a bag needs to be a little bit more stiff. It can't just be a floppy unless you want that. Okay, so what I normally do is I cut my fusing out and then I cut it smaller just to take away some of the bulk. So I cut it about 75 millimeters smaller and then I fuse. Alright, so this is the small outside pocket, and the same with the little flap. Alright, so when we work with make bags or make clothes or anything like that, you always want to finish. So we're not going to start making this bag until we've got all the things done on this pattern piece that needs to be done. If it needs to be folded into a pleat, which it does, if you look at that, they have this little design feature of a pleat. You're going to fold the pleat and pin it. And if there's a little pocket on this piece, you're going to put the pocket on here before you put the bags together, because otherwise you are going to have to sew through the lining and the mark of the pocket is going to show. Okay, so as you can see, I also did my big pieces. I also fused them, but my big inner pieces I didn't fuse because I feel like this fabric is hard or strong enough or thick enough. Okay, so I've already done the inside pocket, but because it's exactly the same as this, it's just a different size pocket. So we're going to do one pocket so that we don't waste time. All right, and again, as always, we're going to go right side to right side, and I always start off by ironing in the top seam. Just get the right side here. Which one is that one? And I'm going to iron in the top seam on both, and they should just stay flat because these fabrics are okay. And then I'm going to put those two folded edges at the top together, and I'm going to pin around. Whoops, my iron. Guys, I'm very excited. Anyone who has this little iron, I am specially, only for me, specially importing Prim Mini Steam Iron heat pads. They are made for this iron, so they're just that small. And I am just waiting on an ETA so that I want to pre-sell them, but I can't pre-sell them until I have an ETA, because I can't be answering 100 WhatsApp saying it's still coming, it's still coming. So I want to be able to put the pre-sale up and say a month wait or not. But they are specially importing them for me. Nobody else has them in South Africa. So very exciting, and I'll let you know.
We have stock again of the Pro.
Yeah, we have stock of the mini irons. They are here and up and running. Okay, guys, we're gonna do the same with this.
Sorry, we have a question. Anthea asks, how do you fuse? I don't know if you've done that yet.
Yes, for last week was fusing. So if she goes on our
interfacing one.
Yeah, that's fusing. Interfacing, then that's was last week. We actually talked about fusing.
Yeah, let me send her a link.
Okay, so I know this looks really strange, but you will see why we do this. So I'm gonna, both of the top seams, I'm folding back the seam allowance and I'm putting them nicely on top of each other. Okay, and this one. There we go. Okay, and as I said, there's another pocket, the inside pocket. You're going to do the exact same thing, except I'll show you now. But it's already pinned to the. So that's gonna be the one that you fold, and that's the round bit, and this is the bit that you fold. So it's exactly the same. It's just a different shaped pocket. Okay. So once we've done that, obviously here, where we fold it back, we are not going to sew that close. Guys, we can't close up a pocket. We need to still turn this inside out. So I'm going to go down, around, and up. And the same with this one. I'm going to go down, around, and up. Okay, so I'm going to start sewing that. And you guys are welcome to ask me any questions while I am sewing. So I try and do some of the work so that we don't do everything on the live. And that's why the other pocket is already sewn. Oops. And you guys will notice that I still have my walking foot on. I wanted to show you guys that you can sew normal anything with a walking foot on. It doesn't have to come off. It just, as you can hear, it just makes your machine a little bit more noisy.
For people on YouTube and Facebook, if you wonder what this random thing is here, it's part of the cat.
No.
The cat is very needy today. I don't know why, it just is.
So we're going to just do the other one also.
Simba's our mascot tonight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, as you can
We
see,
have a question.
let me show you.
It's not monitoring Instagram.
Okay.
I was
Go.
Are
looking
you
at your
using a
messages.
walking foot?
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes. I am using a walking foot, not because I think I need one. It's just as I put it on the last time I sewed, and I thought I'd leave it on so you guys can see that you can still sew normally. So you don't have to take the walking foot off when you're normal sewing. You can just keep sewing. It doesn't need to be taken off. The only thing it does, it makes your machine sound a little bit more mechanical. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so let me show you. Can you see how I've sewn down there, round and up? But this little folded area, I did not sew. Same here, around and there, I did not sew. So now we are going to trim this down so that we can remove some of the bulk. So I go about, I want to say 2-3 mil away from the edge. What is this thing doing? Why is it making sounds? Anyway, okay. So I crop it up, and then at the corners, can you guys see? I'm going to cut away the corners without cutting my actual thread that I sewed, okay? And then when it's small like that, it just turns so much easier. And also, because it's not clothing, I'm not nipping and doing that, because I can force it out, and it's a bag, so I'm not so worried about getting the corners really perfect.
Lisa K on YouTube says, walking foot is the bomb. So worth it. So glad I spent my money on it.
Yeah, no, it is worth it. Especially if you want to do any stretch sewing on a normal machine. So once we've turned this out, we're gonna give it a nice
Another question.
iron. Just let me talk the sentence. We're gonna give it a nice iron, and then we're gonna use our clapper to keep it. Can you see how flat that clapper makes it? Awesome. Yes. Question. Go.
Okay. What about using pinking shears for cutting around those corners?
Yeah, you can do that too. I don't like pinking shears because they go dull very quickly. So, okay, that one's done. Ready for for fastening, and I am gonna just do the same here. You can even at this corner also trim in a little bit. I'm trying to remember of the body cam. And just trim the corner, and same here. So you can actually come in closer at the top because that's where you got your enforcement stitch anyway, and just cut away the corner. All right, and once that's done, can you see I've gone quite close to the edge? All right, once that is done, and guys, don't turn over and pull and shove, because now that the seam allowance is so small, you don't want to aggravate it, because then, you know, it will come apart. And also, guys, you don't want to cut that small if you have quite loose woven fabric, because it will come undone. Okay, so this is also the point where you can use your point turner and just get in there. And as I said, always be very careful not to push the corner through, because you've now got really very little fabric there, and it's easy to push that out. All right, once that's done, we are going to just get it nice and flat and perfect. And once you can just give it a clap, give it a clap. Well, we have a name for this. I don't know how PC it is. Our clapper is called wool.
When you say it's not PC, I think it's like you have to say the name now, because it could
No,
be so much worse than that.
No, just now it fucking goes, oh, shit. It goes viral or something, and then we have to explain. Sorry, guys, for the swear word. I didn't mean... I do swear, but I shouldn't swear online. No. Okay, so, again, see how nice and flat that clapper makes it? Okay, and now... your choice is, I'm going to just quickly work on something else before we go with this. Okay, so now we're going to go and we're going to take our bag outer, and just because I'm a bit weird, I want to see which side is, I can't remember. I think it's on the right side. Yes, on the right side. So I want the pocket on this side, so that it doesn't cover all these nice big beautiful flowers. But we first need to do the little pleat in the center, okay? And that is, I'm gonna take a pencil and gosh, do I have a sharpener? There we go. And I am going to mark my pleats so that it's easy to just fold and iron. The pleats are, I'm going to tell you now, let me just sharpen my pencil. Okay, the pleats are, if you look at the pattern, the lines are 1 centimeter from the center front. So you can just go and mark center front, which I've already marked with 2 clips, and I'm going to go 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter on that side, and on the other side the same, 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter. And how this works is you need to take that 2nd centimeter and fold it and fold it. You can, of course, just do this. Why I'm being so stupid. There we go. So I'm just gonna, on the second line, I'm gonna actually iron, and I'm gonna use my clapper to get it nice and flat. Makes it absolute perfect. And I'm gonna do the same with this one. I'm gonna iron on that second line. Now you just have to not clap too deep, because then you're going to take the pleat that's underneath that you've just ironed away. So you're just going to just on the edge. Alright, so once I've done that, can you see how that helps me? Because this just needs to fold in to that center line. And once that's done, you can pin and do the other one. It's just a little added feature that gives a little bit of character to the bag on the side that it doesn't have a pocket, because otherwise it's very boring. Okay, and I'm gonna do that one. There we go. I'm gonna pin it, and then I'm gonna quickly do the other side, because they have, this is on both sides. And because I'm lazy, I don't know where I put my pencil. Where did I go? Where did it go? There. I found it. It doesn't have, I don't have a very big workspace here. And because I know that even though there's two lines, I'm only going to use one, I'm going to just mark 2 centimeters away from center front. Okay, and then I'm going to again iron on that pleat, on that. There we go. Okay guys, and the point of the clapper is actually, you'll see that it works better if you use steam. You're just keeping it there while the steam cools. So, and then it helps you get your little pleats nice and flat, so that you don't have to keep ironing it. So you'll see I'm just doing it, I'm applying pressure, and then it stays. Yay! Okay, so we're going to do the same here. We're going to fold it into center front, giving us that little box, inverted box pleat. That's that one. We'll do the other side. I'm just finishing them both, and also it gives you a chance to watch it twice. Pin that and pin that one. Okay, and the reason I haven't ironed on it is because firstly, these pins are plastic, so they cannot be ironed over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and at 1/2 centimeter, just do a quick stay stitch there, so that I don't need the pins to keep my pleat there. And I'm going to do it on all the sides, obviously. There we go. That one's done. Let's just do this one also. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my machine cuts off its own threads, which is extremely handy and such a cool feature. And this is the Brother F420 if anyone's interested. It's on our website. You can just literally in search put in F420. Okay, so now that I've done that, and there's no plastic pins or anything in my way, I can go and flatten this and get it to be quite neat. And eat it without...
Can you move the body cam slightly?
What do you need it to be?
Showing anything.
It is. What is it?
I can't see anything on the body cam, but I mean, I've got a delay.
Okay, and we're going to just do the same to this one. And give it some steam. Once you've got some steam, you just give it a clap. Okay, can you see, Lisa? It's quite bright. So, all right, so once that's done, and that's what I said about finishing the pattern piece first. So we've done the pleat and we know it needs a pocket. So we're going to go to our pattern, which is on the floor, and we're going to put the pattern against there, and I'm going to use 2 pins like that and like that, and I am going to go in and mark with 2 new pins so that I can take these 2 out, and that is the top of my tiny small bag, and I am going to align it, and I am going, oh shit, sorry, we need to, I forgot this step, we need to close this up at the top. So I like to do two rows of stitching, just because it sort of looks more professional. I don't know. Oh, what's happening here? Come on. There we go. So we're just gonna do top stitching, because that is going to be at the top of our pocket, and I'm going to do another row just to make it look more snazzy. Okay, so this is the pocket now. So on the pocket we need to, can you guys see it here? Let me show it on the other side. We need to close that up. Remember, we folded that back, so we just need to close that up on the pocket. Now, for the little flap that we're going to do at the top, we're going to if you want two lines there also, you need to sew one now. Actually, we want this up. Right. So you're going to sew one, I'm going to sew the second row. I don't know why this is doing this. It's getting stuck there. Let me see what's happening here. It's because I'm too lazy to pin. So it's go. Let's try this again. Let's do it this side, and you guys can see better. I think this is now my walking foot problem happening here. Oh no, now it's just going. There we go. So you can see, I'm going to just finish this up and then I'll show you. So what I done on the flap is I have sewn the second row. See, this one I've got 2 rows of stitches. Can you see it? 2 rows. So I've sewn the second row of stitches, because when I attach the flap to the bag, I'm going to sew the first row so that it all looks the same. So now I'm going to, again, now that my pocket top is closed, I'm going to pin my pocket to my bag front. There we go. And then you can just sew it onto your bag, depending on if you want to do 2 rows of stitches, you're welcome, but I normally don't with this part. I just go with 1 row, so I'm going to sew it to the bag, And again, remember this is a pocket, so we're not going to sew the top. Guys, and don't laugh, I used to teach, and trust me, there's always someone that not necessarily but just in the moment not thinking, and then going around the bend, and then they have a pocket that is not a pocket. Okay. Just get this out of the way. And finished. Reverse. What am I doing? There we go. Sometimes don't press these buttons. Okay, so now we have that little pocket there, see? And actually don't have a phone. Matthew, give your phone quickly. Just as an, I think I made them big enough. I made it big enough for a phone when I designed it.
You can see it's you.
Yes. Okay, so that's that bit. And now this bit needs to go over it. Okay? And you can use the pattern. I did mark on the pattern where it should go, but you know, you can also just pin it where it fits. It's always better to just get something, you know, of if something needs to match up, use your own sort of eye to judge, because sometimes something is slightly more skew than when you actually designed it or started sewing, and then you can fix those problems. Okay, so now I'm going to do my first stitch so that it looks like the same, and it has these 2 stitches, but this one is actually stitching it to the bag now. And pocket to that. Okay, so now if you want to be fancy, you can always do that.
I have a question.
Yes, go.
Do you backstitch the corners of the pockets?
No. When? No. The corners? Yeah. No. I just go around. No. Oh, you mean the edges? Yes. I backstitch everything. Okay, so now this can obviously be a button, or the flap is long enough that it actually will just stay like that. Okay, if I look at one of these, did I put a button on it? Yes. So just to show you, whoops. But again, it's a mock. It's just a mock button. The flap should stay closed because it's quite a big flap. Okay, so now this part is done. There's nothing else that needs to go onto this part. So we're going to put this away. And the back is also done. We've done the ironing. There's no pocket on there. You can obviously cut extra pockets if you want more pockets. And now we're going to go to the lining. And as I said, I've already prepared this one. Same idea as that. I sewed it, I folded over, I sewed around, and now I'm just going to sew it to the actual bag. So the steps for the 2 pockets is exactly the same. The only difference is the shape of the pockets. Oh, I have a frog in my throat tonight.
I choked on water just now.
Yeah.
Apparently I can't even drink water without injuring myself.
Okay, so that's that one. And now the same as the previous one. We have a flap. And again, I say because you've already got your bag on there, it's better to just, there is a mark on the pattern, but what you normally want is you want to just, you know, they sometimes don't come out exactly the same, and I would rather have my, if it's slightly bigger, I would rather have them hang over on both sides a little bit than having the one side look longer than the other side, because then when it hangs over both, it looks like a purposeful mistake. or what do we call it? A design feature.
Personal choice.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to be sewing and I'm having the same problem. I think there we go. I think my problem here is the walking foot. It is not liking this very, very thick fabric. So there, again, guys, you're going to see how I've never broken a needles, and since I've started live streaming, I've broken 2. This is the second time. So there we go. I think it's the walking foot, but I'm going to suffer on. Just put a new needle in because I don't want to waste time taking the walking foot off and waste you guys time now. So I'm just going to pin it again. Here we go.
You can use my foot if you want. It's good for walking.
Is it? Okay, now I need to find my needles, which has been moved from its spot. Here we go. Found it. Okay, and my toolkit. And get my screwdriver. And guys, remember what I said about finding the piece of needle. You have to find all the pieces. That's one piece. I've found another piece, but I can see that there's a piece stuck here, and I don't, there we go. I don't want that to fall into my machine. Let's see, what do I have?
Veronica on YouTube says it's a skill on its own to stand and sew. When I try ... will leave the result up to your imagination.
Yeah, no, I've taught myself to actually stand and sew because when you teach, the students normally sit, so you have to learn to stand and sew. But I should have not left the walking foot is gonna be a bit of a pain now, but because it doesn't like going over big bumps, which is what's happening here. There's a big bump at the beginning of where I'm sewing, so it is go, threaded, ready to go. So I'm going to just sew away from that big bump a bit, because we got to make it work today, now. We don't want to be doing the same thing over and over and waste time. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to just go a little bit further away, and then tomorrow I'll fix it up by sewing the second. So I'm going to go on this first row that I have. Yeah, that's its problem. It's that big bump at the beginning. It's just a walking foot issue, and it doesn't have a problem with the end bump. It's the beginning bump that it doesn't like. Oh, and there it breaks another needle. So no, it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't break.
No, it didn't. I didn't tighten it enough. It's okay. We learn.
Better than breaking.
It's better than breaking, and also now you guys see that.
Look, there's a cat on your body cam. There's a cat just sitting
Is
under the table.
Oh, it's found something to lie on. Classic.
The cat was lying on my lap for most of the session. Now it's lying on some fabric or something underneath the table. This cat's been very weird today.
I don't know what's... Let me just...
Lisa, your cat obviously misses you. You need to come home and give it cuddles.
Shame, that's so cute. Like, with my mom working on the body cam, she's just focused on the bin and the cat.
Yeah. I just kind of caught it there.
I think maybe I never tied it. That's because I talk too much, see? I might have never tied it.
Delisha on Facebook asks, what can happen if a needle falls in the machine? It happened to me and I'm not able to remove it.
You need to take it...
But I'm still able to sew.
Okay, but depends on where it's falling in. If it falls into what's called the inner rotary hook, which is this black piece where the bobbin goes in, you need to take it out of there because it will damage your inner rotary hook. If it falls into, I want to say, into the workings of the machine in the bottom here, you should be okay. We have a very handy little tool, and it's called a magnetic pickup tool. Where it is now, Lisa, can you maybe find telescopic magnetic tool?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
I think the word telescopic is in it, and it looks like a pen. I have one, man, but it's not. I don't know where it is. Anyway, it looks like a pen, and it has a little magnet in front of it. So when you clean your machine, you can actually, move it around in there and collect all the broken needles.
It's called a telescopic pickup tool.
There we go.
But I'll post the link for everyone now.
Here we go. Okay, so.
But for those of you who won't be able to click the link, if you search for telescopic pickup tool, you'll find it.
Okay, so there we go. That's the look. Isn't that too sweet for words? Look, there's the pocket, and we have another pocket. Okay, so on the inside of the bag, you can see that I never did the pleats because it doesn't have pleats. All right, the inside of the bag doesn't have that pleats. So the next bit we're gonna do is I'm just gonna check my notes quickly so that I don't do the stupid thing again and
My beautiful notes that you can download for free at www.fabric8.co.za/live-tuesdays.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to try and get some of this out there. There we go. Is we are going to take the right side there. The right side on the outside. Let me just get this right. And the right side on the outside. And hopefully this just fits. And they are gonna be just like that. So we're putting it wrong sides together because we are using bias binding. We don't actually have to sew the bag and the lining separate like we did in the Neverfull. So this is slightly easier, and you're just gonna pin it all the way around, and then what's the time? Okay, and then we are gonna, as I did that stay stitch, you're gonna just stay stitch all around. And if the one bag is now slightly bigger than the other one, that is sometimes just to do with the ironing. That one maybe shrunk slightly. Okay, and you are gonna just want to get one done for you guys so you can see. And because I have such a small.
Let us know if you prefer standing or sitting while sewing. On YouTube we've got a poll, but the other platforms you can just type it in chat.
Okay, so this seems to.
Claudia on YouTube asks, what fabric is being used for the bag?
This is a cotton. I bought this. It's Ankara cotton, so it's an African fabric, and you buy it in a piece. You can't buy like a meter each. And the website is Ankara Fabrics or something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this bit because I don't want to do both of these now because it's going to waste time. I am just going to, as I did little pleats, something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong. That could be that needle. Okay, so whatever, I wanted to stop here anyway. So what I'm going to do is, at 5 mil, I'm going to just sew right around the edge, keeping them together. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. Okay. And you could have the bag, I mean, the intelligent thing here would be to put the pocket with the plain one and the plain one with the pocket. But yeah, and we're going to sew it together, and then the last bit I'm going to show you next week. So this is just the two. It's going to be quick next week, but yeah, I seem to be having a machine issue.
Mechanical difficulties.
I don't
Not
know
technical,
what
mechanical
is the problem.
difficulties.
I don't know what is it. I think it's the walking foot.
Amina on Instagram says she prefers to sit, but 𝐓𝐈𝐿𝐿 says if I stand if I use my overlocker.
Oh yeah, no, I stand always with the overlocker. Okay, so next week, once we've done this, I'll do this week, and literally, guys, we are just sewing them together at 5 mil just to keep them together so that we don't have to use so many pins. All right? And you're going to do the same with the bag bottom. Okay, you're going to put that there. So this sewing of the edge is like a stay stitch. It's just to make, so that's the bag bottom, and we're going to put the other one on top of it, and we're going to pin it, and we're going to just sew right around at 5 mil. So that's half your seam allowance. The seam allowance on this pattern is 1 centimeter, just so that it doesn't show when we finish up the bag. Okay guys, so the instructions are written on this pattern. If you want to go further, if you're struggling, just wait, we'll finish it next week.
But don't they look lovely? They look great
Yeah.
already. They look...
So,
Yes,
all right.
the full instructions are already available. So
Yes.
I know Lisa on YouTube said she's going to do this weekend. So you can just follow the last few
Yeah.
steps on the instructions.
Yeah, you teach his pets who like to
And
do
listen,
homework in
What
advance.
model brother are you using?
It's a Brother F420. I'm actually gonna, while we talk, I'm gonna take the walking foot off, because this was now my idea, but I think it was a stupid idea to be sewing too thick upholstery fabric with a walking foot.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
make the mistakes so that they don't have to.
Yeah.
Oh.
It actually works fine, but I just don't feel like the struggle. It worked fine. It just, I think what happened now is when the needle, when it wasn't tightened, might have bent, and when you have a bent needle, it won't sew. So that's off. Where's my?
Okay, guys. We're gonna move over to our general question and answer.
Yes.
Okay, so feel
Ask
free to ask
away.
any questions in chat. Me and Matthew will read them out to Amanda, and she will guide you. Ask her anything deep, dark, secrets, everything's on the table. Nay.
No dark secrets. I have none.
Okay, see if you can find some deep, dark secrets.
I always told people that I can't have secrets because my mouth is too big. I would give them away before I even thought of not speaking about it. Okay, that's that. Let's give it a brand new needle because I've managed to.
The consensus on YouTube seems to be sitting, and Katie on Facebook also prefers standing for her overlocker.
Yeah, listen, sitting is better because this is also why I actually can't see where the needle, because I'm high up. So the problem I'm having, I would have been able to see that the needle was slightly bent if I was at needle height, but I didn't look because I couldn't see. So that is just my stupidity. I should have sunken down and gotten it Perfect.
Katie asked what thread do you use?
Ceralon. Only Ceralon or more expensive threads. So Ceralon is about, you're going to pay about 25. You're going to put this off, Matt?
I already did.
Okay. You're going to pay about 25 to 28 or 30 Rand a spool. If you're paying less than 25 Rand for 1,000 meters, you are buying bad thread and your machine won't instantaneously hate you, but you will have issues, especially if you're working with problem fabrics. Then your machine will just give you problems, and you'll think it's the machine, and you'll have the machine serviced, and in the end, it was a 25 Rand spool of thread instead of the 700 Rand to have your machine serviced. I'll turn this around just so you guys can see the machine. This is she's my new baby. Just so you can see, I really like this. Now I'm not going to be able to get it open because I'm behind the machine.
Can I help?
No? I really like that. If you guys can, I don't know if you can see. It has this little nifty thing, and underneath you can store more of your stuff so that you don't need an extra little pocket. And what I also like about this is that the actual bit where the thread and the inner workings of your machine is covered, because that's the bits that always get the dust, and then it's very difficult to clean. It also has a free arm, and it has a drop the feed dog, and it also gets a wide table, but a wide table for them are out of stock at the moment. And every time I get one, and then someone wants one the next week, and then I have to sell mine because they're out of stock. Not mine. My brand new one, still in a box. I've literally, since I got this machine, every time I get a table, I've tried to use it on a live, but before the live happens, mine I have to give to a client without even using it. Yeah.
Veronica asks, is Ceralon a polyester thread?
Yes.
Oh.
Of course.
100%.
Feels like there's like a sub question there that she's not saying, but
Yeah, I didn't go
I got it.
Any other questions, guys?
That's all I see for now.
I don't see any either right now.
Okay, so as I said, I'm waiting on pictures from Prim for those little. I just have a headache. Sorry, guys. As I said, I've got cold flu.
Matthew stacked with balls.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Is this drug use on the is it going to be flagged?
Not unless you say anything about it.
Saskia asks, has anyone been sewing fundies? Let us know in chat if you started sewing some fundies for our charity project.
Yes. Guys, I would like also go and look at what we've done. Go and read the story. Read the story from Warriors of Hope and the story from Red Cross, and you'll see that this is very legit. And as I said, make 1 or 2 or make 10. You do not need to make 100. If you can make 100, please do. Please do. I also worked out that you can get like 6 to 8 out of half a meter of t-shirting, so you don't need to spend a fortune. And I'm sure, like most people, there's pieces of t-shirting lying around. And the nice thing about these fundies is I made the pattern that it doesn't need elastic, so it's just a piece of different color t-shirting, so it's not elastic, so you don't need to go buy anything. You just need t-shirt fabric. And this top stitch is just a zigzag sewn on a normal machine, and see how nice and stretchy that is. So you do not need an overlocker. And
we've also done a video tutorial / live stream like this on the how to sew the fundies. So You can literally sew them with Amanda.
They're very, very easy to make. I especially designed it so that anyone can make them. Any questions?
Katie wants to know where are we based?
We're based in Cape Town, but we're online, so everything we have can be couriered. And you're also welcome to send your own courier or to pick up if you're local.
Yeah, but we don't have a physical store,
No.
so you can't come and like browse. It's pretty much just a warehouse.
It's a warehouse, so everything is in boxes. It's not exhibited, you know. Your best bet is to actually go on the store and shop online and then just pick local pickup. Guys, I also want to explain something. We've had quite a few misunderstandings. We have what's called a payment system on our website that's called layup. Okay, I want you to not confuse this with anything else. It is like lay buying. Okay, so what lay buy means, you lay it away so you can buy it. That's what lay buy is. Okay, so this is lay up. So you have to make all the payments on layup before you get the products. Okay, and this is not through us. This is through an external banking institute, and because we wouldn't be able to offer you that sort of thing, and they don't charge any interest. So just be sure that if you pick layup, that you're not going to get your machine the next day after just paying 800 Rand. You have to wait until it's fully paid, and then we'll send your machine to you. We do, however, have PayFlex, which breaks up your payments into 4 or 3 easy payments every 2 weeks. So it's not like with layup, you can go pay in 6 months or 12 months. PayFlex is only a short term. And with PayFlex, they give us all the money immediately and we can send your product. With layup, we get the money as you pay it. So I cannot, if you've only paid 100 Rand, send you a 6,000 Rand machine. Okay, just explaining, but the options are there and they're both interest free. So, and very, very easy to apply. I personally applied for both of them before I put them on my website. I actually tested them on another website so I can see how it works. Does it work without, layup telling me it's great? I actually tested them. They are awesome.
I've also posted in chat all our payment options. We've got a page on our website that explains how everything works. So if layup and PayFlex is something you're interested in using to purchase a machine or something from our website, go have a look at this page. It explains how they work and how they differ from each other.
And the nice thing about PayFlex and layup is both instant. So you will be approved instantly or not. Okay, so it's not like applying for a credit card or what. You go to their website, you type in 1 or 2 details. They don't even ask a lot of details. And you get instantly qualified or not. Any questions? Come on, guys.
Last call for questions.
Yes.
We're gonna give you like a minute. Questions, guys.
Amina on Instagram just says that PayFlex is amazing.
Yeah, because you know what is nice, especially if you work on a budget and you can't pay 2,000 Rand now, but you can give 500 Rand a week. Then you can. It really works like that, and it has no interest, which is very important because I know there are some religions that are not allowed to pay interest at all. So I've had quite a few people say that's one of the reasons they can use it.
It's very cool.
Guys, we've received our clappers again. They were out of stock, but we have them again. We have our rulers, Prim ironing rulers. Don't know if there's anyone who still needs one. This is what they look like. They are back in stock, and guys, you get 2, okay? And don't buy the Chinese one because you will pay more for the Chinese import than you will pay for Prim, and you will not get 2. And this is Prim, which we all know is really good quality.
show them how it works.
Okay. I don't have a.
I've had some people comment and ask, what does this do?
I don't have an iron that's on now. Oh wait, I have the big one. The big
Show
one.
them in this theory. how it
Yes,
works.
I will. I'm gonna. So I'm gonna use last week's little lappies here.
I actually think, now that I'm saying it, I think we should probably put it like a little short video up on the actual product page for this.
Oh yeah.
I don't think people know what to expect when they buy this.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to pull in my big iron because my small one has now been off. So say for instance, I don't know, you're making a curtain or you're making a dress or anything, and if you're an old hand, you can easily, I can judge 2 centimeters. But if you aren't, and especially if it's smaller, so then what you do is you can actually physically iron on the ruler because it's made, this iron is not very hot, it's made to actually iron on. And that's how you get, say we want to now fold it back again. They do a little bit of a wobbly, the wobbly goes away, it's just the heat. So we want to fold it up again and we want to get this nice, and because now there's a line for me. There we go. And how's that? For perfect. Can you guys see on this fabric? It's a very dark fabric. I realize that now. Do I have any other
I
fabric?
think I can see it.
Let me see. Let me see. Here we go. It's a lighter piece. Let's do this.
Do it also on the edge of the ironing board.
On the front.
Closest to the camera.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So let's, for instance, say I want to do a hem of, I'm going to do 1 centimeter. Oh, that's the wrong, it doesn't really matter. 1 centimeter hem. So I'm just going to fold it over and line it up to the 1 centimeter line. There we go. All right. And then say I want to do a, let's do, it doesn't matter. Let's do a nice big one. See, it's very easy because now I just push this down and I line up there. But I don't need to remove the ruler. Can you see how awesome is that? Let me put that back there so you can see. Look. How perfect is that? Okay, so these are, and you get, as I said, you get the 2. So they're quite cool. And they have these little marks that on the back, on the packaging, it actually explains. But well, you can draw lines also. Oh, this is for, interesting. Okay, say you want to cut off, have I got a pen somewhere? Yes. Say you want to cut off, so you're going to, say we want to make this piece 6 centimeters, no, let's make it more, 8 centimeters. So it has, see, it starts 1 there. So I can go 8 centimeters. Oh, fuck, no, I'm really swearing tonight. What did I make? 9. 9. Ah,
I'm just
people,
gonna-
you know what?
I'm just going to play lots of sounds every time that
Yeah,
the man is going to
sorry,
swear. I'm just going to play
9.
chewing sounds.
I have a very bad headache.
Matthew's appropriately going wah 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 every time I'm at the sweets.
I did do that
It's
the one
bad-
time.
Let's just put it down to I'm not. Okay, so well, basically, look how easy that is to now cut this piece at 9 centimeters because I can mark it with a stomp scare. So that's quite cool.
This way.
Yeah, I like it. I never noticed. On this side, it starts at 1. Quite interesting. I should actually show you. So this is a measurement from 1. But this one, which is your measure the edge, so that you can, so 1 is here, not at the edge, so that you can use those little holes. It's very cool. You can also use it that way, putting the edge on the holes. Oh, very nice. Never even knew that. Yeah.
See, and everyone after I said you should tell them, show them how the ruler works, everyone's like, yes, show us. So see, people were wondering.
Yeah. No, we did. We, right at the beginning, I think, we did do one. Oh, this is making me sweat. But yeah, but they were out of stock for a while. Actually, they were never out of stock. We had supplier issues. We keep forgetting to put our rulers in our order. So for three orders, we'd never received the rulers. So every time we just order more rulers, first time we ordered 10, and then like 2 weeks later, we still haven't received, so we ordered 20. And
So
they
now you have
just,
a lot of rulers.
no, they didn't understand because they I don't know how it happened. How? Because then it was confusing about, but you've already ordered. Yes, but I never received it and I never paid for it. Okay, so do you want all 3 orders again? I go, no, the last one. Just send me the last one because I've already upped it. Huh?
Just send me some.
Anything, send me rulers. Anyway, we have them now. They're in stock again. And yeah. And as I said, we have, how many mini irons we have? We have a few. 7. How do you know? How do you know that?
I checked on the website.
Oh. Okay.
I just made it up.
Yeah, and the problem with the mini irons is they come in a shipment of say 100 into South Africa. So we, on this new shipment, we've already ordered 25 of the 100. So you can think how quickly that load or shipment sells out. So
the mini irons. Yeah.
yes, so we try and keep as many as we can possibly afford to keep, but they tend to run out every 6 months. Then we're waiting on a shipment. But
we have some questions.
Go.
Okay. What does a technician do during a machine service in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, basically he cleans your machine and he cleans it right and he opens up the whole, all these plastic covers come off. Please don't do that. I do not suggest you do that. If you're very technically inclined and you can find someone doing it, a technician on the internet, and you are not scared of losing your machine, you're welcome to try, but please don't. Okay, so what they do is they take all the plastic covers off. So they get in everywhere, they can see everything. And the new machines they take very specific oil. So on the new machines, as I said before, if you did not receive oil with your machine, or your book doesn't specifically state that you have to oil your machine, the new machines are self-oiling. They don't need oil. The only oil allowed to be put in them is by a technician, and you actually cannot get to the bits that need to be oiled on the new machine. So that's why even though you never used your machine, if your machine stands for a year or a year and a half, you need to actually take it to a technician first, because like any lubricant, it actually it stiffens up if it doesn't get used. So the oil is very specific, guys. So every one of you that buys the single oil from me, I truly hope you do not throw this into your new machines. You do not need to oil the new machines. Only machines, I know the imbeciles, they still sell, they still need oils. So check your book. Check your book. And please, people, I heard the other day a lady who actually also has a live and a YouTube channel say to someone that they can just take a little bit of olive oil. Oh my gosh.
Oof.
No, never. This is an electronic thing. It gets warm. It's very, very specific. That's like saying, oh wait, you're gonna buy the brand new BMW, and you're gonna no, it doesn't need special BMW oil. We're just gonna put in some cooking oil. Yeah, just no. Do not oil your machine. If you're wondering, check the web. Oh, don't actually. Don't check the web. Check the book. If the book doesn't say it needs oil, it does not need oil. But your machine still needs to be serviced, even though you don't use it a lot, at least once a year. If you use it a lot, it could be more than that. Any more questions?
What does the Prim heat press do that is making
No,
it...
you're skipping.
I'm
Go.
not.
Go.
Yeah,
What does the Prim heat press do that is making its way to you?
It's not a heat press. It's a little silicone foot.
Do you want to know who asked that question?
Lynn,
She wants to know if there's goodies she doesn't have.
Lynn, you're going to want this. I wanted to say that you would want this, but I did not want to be presumptuous. Okay? So it's the cutest little thing. Lisa, I'm sure you can Google it and
Okay.
find it somewhere.
What
But
is it?
it's a little silicone, what is it? Heat resistant, and put the word
found
silicone.
it.
Oh, okay.
How am I going to show this?
Put it, oh shit, I don't know. On your
Wait,
phone?
it's on I'm going to get it on my iPad and show it.
Oh, I really have. I'm talking too much and not drinking enough coffee.
What color are you getting?
There's
more
3 colors. There's a, I heard that there's a, I
It
don't,
looks like that.
yeah, there's that color. I think that's blue. Then there's a grey and a pink. I'm getting
They,
that. See, it's designed for this little thingy. It's perfect.
oh, there are many colors. You're just not getting one of them.
No, that might be old stuff and new stuff. They only have 3 colors. A grey, a blue that matches your iron, the same color as the iron, and a pink, I
This
think.
one. That color.
I wish. I asked,
Oh,
but no. It's blue. It's blue like a dark blue, the one that you showed, the first one.
yeah.
That. And guys, yeah, that. It matches the actual iron, okay?
And this grey.
And there's grey. But
And
it's,
like
it's
neon pink.
no, but isn't there not a picture with the iron on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that iron.
Oh yeah, no, it's another iron. That's. But anyway, it's a little one, and the nice thing about it is I tend to, while I'm working, put it down like this, and I'm just scared of actually burning my little beautiful Maria ironing board, because I think the Maria ironing board is officially sold out. Yes. No, wait, what is this?
My arms.
No, we have one Maria left. One single Maria left. Then it is done. Okay, guys, and something else. If you do, I had a request for Prim things this afternoon. If you are prepared to wait, and you are obviously prepared to pay, I can get things specially imported by Prim. Okay, so unfortunately what happens with a country like ours, we only get a limited range. We don't get the full range. But I can have specific things imported. I have to take whatever box it comes in. If it comes in a 6 or a 5, or I just have to take boxes of it. It's going to take longer, and soon I'm going to actually have some of those things up on pre-sale or pre-order, so that we can see what the interest is. So it might take a month. I don't actually know. I'm awaiting the ETA on these. As soon as I have an ETA, they will go on the website, because there's limited, and then we'll see how that goes. But that I want to do more and more of that, because I obviously can't afford to import myself. I mean, I can't order a container of Prim stuff. So I have to go through the importer, but they can special order for me. So if you see anything, please send it to me. I can just ask, get you a price, and you can decide. Prim is more expensive than most other things, so I'm sure you guys know that. So don't come, asking for something and then, ooh, how can that be? That's a Prim product.
I have a question before Matthew can ask the rest of the Instagram questions. But why do you use that wooden block after ironing?
It's specially made. It's not a wooden block. It is called a clapper. A clapper. Okay. A Will. So his name is Will. His name is Will, and he is a clapper. Okay. What it does is it helps with ironing. So if you have a difficult fabric, which this one actually is a little bit now getting out. I don't know. And I'm gonna just bring in my big one again. So just to show you guys how I'm gonna do it actually like this. Get that out of the way. So if I iron this, it's gonna go, but you see it sort of bubbles up again. Okay, I shouldn't iron on here, but if I do that and then I use my clipper to put the clapper on the steam part, can you just see that? There is nothing that works like that. Look. Crisp, flat, perfection. I cannot get anything. Yeah. So especially.
Let me explain it to you like a non-sewer. You know when you curl your hair and you like curl it down and it's like hanging there. Then you have to recurl it with your finger and put it here and then clip it so that it cools down like this, and then it makes better curls.
Yes.
That is what the clapper does, but the opposite. It makes it flat.
Yes, it's like a flat iron. But what happens is with the steam, when you iron with it, because you can't leave an iron on your fabric because it will burn. So the steam actually puffs up your fabric. So some fabrics actually respond worse to steam. So it actually makes it more puffy. So what this does is it's not very heavy. People think this needs to be like kill yourself over the head. It doesn't need to be heavy. It just needs to be put on there while the steam evaporates. And it's like a 5 second. It's a 2 second. And as far as I know, I don't want to say this, we have them specially made. We are the only place in South Africa where you can get this. I think. It might not be true. Well, I tried to find one for years. I could never find one.
Matthew, you can ask the Instagram questions. I think I've asked the other ones.
Amina asked, what is that white case above Amanda's head?
With the white case, this?
I assume she means that.
Oh, it's
I think it's that display rack.
It's just empty. It's an empty display rack. That's what it is.
What is the price for a service on a machine?
I do not service machines. I do not like to get in between your technician and yourself. I hate it when I go to a shop and then I go, my machine isn't working. Oh, I gotta go ask the technician. We'll get back to you tomorrow. So what I do is I give my technician's name to everyone, but unfortunately he is in Cape Town. And if you go directly to the technician, you should not pay. I don't actually know. $450, I think. $700 for an overlocker, I heard. I don't know why, but yeah. If you take it to a Benina or a Elna or any one of the agents, you're probably going to pay about $700 for a normal sewing machine service. Remember, guys, if you got an embroidery machine, those services are even more expensive.
Saskia on YouTube says that the clapper, the wood is untreated, so it also absorbs moisture.
Yes, and it's got nothing on here, so it's just
like stain.
It can't stain you. That's why I would have loved to have been able to paint it and make it very pretty, but I can't.
Lindsay, thank you for...
More question.
Lisa keeps interrupting me as I'm trying to ask the questions. Thank you for my Maria sleeve. It's
Oh,
perfect.
is it?
Yes, that's what
It
Yeah,
works
it's
very
very
lekker.
nice.
I love the Maria actually for any seam. You know, if you're doing small like this, like bags, I don't use it actually. I've never actually used it for a sleeve. I use it for any seam that I want to open up.
Lynn says, I was just in the UK and bought Prima silicone things for your fingers for when you are ironing and have to get the hot iron close to your fingers.
I saw those.
These thingies.
Yeah, I saw those.
Not sure if...
People on YouTube were just talking that when you're using that firm ruler, your fingers are like all over the place. So you have to be careful not to burn your fingers. And then Lisa said she burnt her finger and broke 2 needles this weekend. So it sounds like a real issue.
It's a thing. Okay, well, I will. I've got quite a few of the Prim stuff's prices, but I actually haven't asked about that. Next time I do an order, I'll ask them to give me a price on that. Maybe that's actually available. I should check. Let me just
Do
check
we
that.
not have it?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
It looks like something we have.
Yeah, we have wat hulle noem vingerhoede, thimbles,
Yeah.
but that's not quite the same thing.
Oh.
But I did order silicone thimbles, and what we'll do is we'll test them next week, because maybe they also work. The normal silicone.
Oh, yes.
Maybe they also work. I don't know. I've never actually thought about that. I just try and not iron on my fingers.
Then Amina says, the display thing, is it for sale?
No.
Amina's basically now just trying to buy your furniture.
Amina, I had them specially made for me. So you need to find, you know, those people who do the laser cutting. I drew them for them and they made them for me.
Lisa on YouTube said, yes, please test those silicone thingies.
I'm waiting. This is a brand new supplier. We're getting stuff this week. I know there was there were people asking for a thread stand, a separate thread stand, not one that takes 10, but just so that you can use your big cones on your normal machine. That's also coming this week. I'm awaiting that. We actually paid for that order today, so I don't know. We haven't dealt with this supplier before, so if they're good, we have it by Friday. If they're not good, maybe sometime next week.
Just a reminder, guys, please drop us a like and a comment and a heart and a share
Yes.
and a emoji
And
a like.
if you guys want me to do specific tutorials on specific things, send us a WhatsApp or put it in chat. But we're not going to redo something we did last week. For instance, interfacing. I'm not doing that next week again. But if there's something specific, even if there's a specific like bag or something that you want to show, me to show you how to do, let us know. We've done pillowcases, we've done aprons, we've done Christmas stockings, we've done scrunchies, we've done...
Who was it that we know that is already working on their Christmas stocking?
Was Lynn? Was it not Lynn?
I don't know. It
It
someone
was
who
Lynn.
comes a lot. It was a regular.
It was Lynn who asked something about lining. I must show how to work lining because she wants to line her Christmas stockings. I think so, last week. And then I said she must go and have a look at the square fabric baskets
yeah.
because you'll line it exactly the same way.
And then Amina asks that if you can do a finishing necklines.
On necklines. That's very open. Would that be a bound neckline? Would it be a faced neckline? Would it be a collar? So, give me.
We have a form that people can fill in with their ideas. We should actually look at that again, and I'll share it on our WhatsApp groups and stuff.
Oh, that's a
So
good
if you
idea.
guys think of new things
Yes,
we should do, I'll share the form and you can put it on there.
I like that idea. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Okay, guys. If there is no, I'm giving you 45 seconds.
Leave us a like, leave us a heart.
Yes.
Tell your mom, tell your dad. Tell your friends.
And if you're doing Fundies, send us something that looks like underwear. Is there something like a bikini bottom, or is there underwear?
Yes. Send us a bikini.
Send us some underwear, Fundies. Send us some fundy emojis.
Saskia says we should do fingerless gloves out of fleece.
Oh, that's very easy. We can do that next week.
Lisa says necklines for t-shirts and PJs.
Which is probably the same thing.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so let me explain something. Necklines for t-shirts, and if you go and look at this tutorial, that is a neckline. There you go.
Oh, the Fundies.
That is a neckline. So
I
you
think
would
that's like 2 weeks back. You go on YouTube,
yes.
you could just check an
you
old video.
would do it exactly the same, except you won't put a zigzag there, you put a straight stitch. Okay, so that is exactly how you would do a t-shirt neckline, and that is how you would do it without a twin needle cover seam machine, with a normal sewing machine. Okay, guys, it was freaking lovely to see you.
Thanks for tuning
Awesome.
in and supporting us like
Yes, please, guys, put my name. Anything they ask for, even if we don't have it, just comment Fabric8. Fabric8 has everything. Yeah, Fabric8 goes with everything. It's like cock.
And we officially have 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Woo-hoo-hoo. And we only started like a month or 2 months ago. So cool. Thanks, guys. Love us and share us. That's the best support you can do. Show us. Is just tell people about us.
Yes.
You don't need to sell us. Just tell them to go to the website.
If you want to support our small business, if you see our posts come by on your feed, give it a like or a comment.
Save.
Doesn't have to be anything smart. It doesn't have to be deep. Every little thing helps us grow. It helps the algorithm push us out to more people like you who would be interested in us. And as long as the small business keeps going, we can do these free sewing classes.
Yes. And come up with cool new things. I, for instance, am working on pattern weights. But I'm not going to show them to you, and I'm not going to say anything because I'm still figuring out how to make them. But yes.
Saskia says her Fundies are halfway. First pair. She'll send pics if it doesn't end in a disaster.
Oh,
sure
awesome.
Send pics anyway.
Send pics on the Fundies group. Come on, guys. Send pics, and we will do a little bit more info on the Fundies group tomorrow. If you want to join, guys, on our website, at the top, it says charity project or something like that. Just click there.
I'll share the link again.
Yes, click there, fill in the form, and as I said, if we can get 5 out of every one of the 500 YouTube subscribers, that makes, Matthew?
What?
5 times 500.
2,500.
2,500. Imagine that. And that's just everyone making 5. I made 2 here in half an hour on the live Tuesday.
Live stream.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Awesome night. Have an awesome night. I hope you don't get load shedding. We are to bed at 10 for the last 2 weeks. 10 o'clock we don't have power. So we are in bed like early birds, like old people. Sleeping. 10 o'clock.
Say goodbye to YouTube and Facebook.
Bye YouTube, bye Facebook. Like.